So, Eric, leave it to China to not just look up at the night sky, but to actually fill it with what might be the most ambitious tech project ever. 12 satellites launched as part of their Star Compute initiative, eventually scaling up to over 2,800 satellites, all working together like a neural network orbiting Earth. It's like they collectively said, forget terrestrial solutions. AI belongs in the stars. It's such a power move.
Totally a flex. Our supercomputer is literally above you. The stats are mind-blowing, though. These satellites communicate via lasers at 100 gigabits per second. Meanwhile, I'm over here just hoping my Wi-Fi doesn't cut out during this recording.
Right? I feel like half the world is stuck with buffering issues, while China's satellites are laser tagging data at light speed. And get this, they're processing data locally, essentially cutting Earth out of the equation for anything unnecessary. It's like a cosmic Marie Kondo. If it doesn't spark joy, it doesn't make the trip back to the surface.
So true. I read somewhere less than 10% of satellite data actually gets transmitted back to Earth. Most of it just gets lost. Kind of like all those unread documents clients send us.
Oh my gosh, that hits home. But honestly, this whole processing where the data is thing, it's a perfect metaphor for what marketers should be doing. I've seen too many companies drowning in mountains of raw data, only to have it sit there gathering digital dust while everyone asks why insights aren't actionable.
Preach. This idea of local edge processing is genius. Instead of dragging every byte of data back to a central hub, like we've been doing since forever, we figure out what's most important right at the source. Faster, cleaner, and way less messy overall.
Exactly, and for marketers, this is a game changer. Think about how we could apply this to customer journey tracking, process the behavioral signals right where they happen, instead of dumping everything into a central analytics platform that nobody knows how to interpret. It's about quality insights, not quantity of data points.
That's a brilliant application. Real-time contextual decision-making at the edge.
It reminds me of when Bernie, my dog, not the senator, chewed through my internet cable a few years back. I had this massive project deadline, and suddenly I'm sitting there with no connectivity and a very guilty Bernedoodle. That's when I became a local backup fanatic. Ever since, half my workflows run offline or close to the source, just in case Bernie decides to attack again. And I gotta say, it's been a lifesaver more than once.
Ah, good old Bernie. Clearly a pioneer in making you efficient under duress.
He's probably why I'm so obsessed with anything that gets rid of bottlenecks, whether it's cables or data pipelines. But really, this satellite project is a reminder that sometimes efficiency starts by rethinking the fundamentals. For brands trying to make sense of their customer data, the lesson is clear. Stop hoarding information and start processing it intelligently where it's generated.
Yeah, and it really flips the whole bigger data is always better narrative on its head. Less quantity, more quality. Though I do have to ask, are we sure this isn't just the first stage of Skynet?
I mean, you've got a fleet of interconnected supercomputers up there, laser comms and all. You're not wrong to wonder if the Terminator soundtrack should be cued. But seriously, there's a ton marketers can take away here, namely the importance of real-time insights versus just hoarding information. The brands that win will be the ones that can act on data immediately, not the ones with the biggest databases.
Agreed. And hey, if these satellites start critiquing our content strategies next, we're in real trouble. Optimization complete. Your ROI is embarrassing.
Oh, they'd be vicious. Your engagement metrics need work, and by the way, your font choice is suboptimal. Honestly, it'd be terrifyingly accurate. But let's pivot, because speaking of precision, there's this Swiss study that might make your hairs stand on end. Speaking of AI being terrifyingly accurate, Eric, have you come across that Swiss study on AI's ability to persuade? It turns out AI isn't just catching up to humans in communication. It's actually better at convincing us than we are at convincing each other. Let that sink in for a second.
Wait, what? So now we've got AI outperforming us, even at arguing. First it takes over writing, then coding, and now it's cornering the market on debates. What's next, stand-up comedy?
Oh, that's coming, don't worry. White Label Comedy from England is almost finished with their comedy-infused marketing assistant, which I'm really excited about. I spend a couple of hours a month with their comedy writing team, true marketing geniuses, and they are brilliant at using humor to make you fall in love with a brand. But seriously, the implications here are enormous. The study highlights how AI could be harnessed to micro-target undecided voters with hyper-personalized political messages. It's like we've accidentally given Machiavelli a machine learning algorithm and a data set.
Yeah, or worse, a chatbot version of your most manipulative ex. Vote for me because I know what keeps you up at night. It's scary how tailored these messages can get.
Exactly. These algorithms don't just guess, they know. They'll figure out your love of artisanal honey and pair it with your concern about bee populations just to steer your vote. And humans? We don't stand a chance. We don't process like that, at least not on the same scale.
Definitely eerie. And what's wild is that this isn't just theoretical anymore. We're already building tools that can leverage this tech at scale. It's going to make marketing departments salivate and ethics panels panic.
And that's the marketing paradox here. We've been trying to achieve this level of personalization for decades. The holy grail of right message, right person, right time is suddenly within reach, but it comes with this massive ethical question mark. As marketers, we need to establish some serious guardrails around how we deploy this technology. Just because we can create perfectly persuasive messages doesn't mean we should.
It's the classic with great power scenario. I'm curious, how do you think brands should approach this kind of capability?
I think transparency is key. If you're using AI to personalize persuasion, your audience deserves to know. And there should be clear opt-out mechanisms. The brands that will win long-term are those that use this technology to genuinely solve customer problems, not manipulate them into purchases they don't need. It's about building trust, not exploiting vulnerabilities.
Right. And while marketers are busy processing what this means for ads and audiences, Microsoft is over here playing the Switzerland of AI platforms. They're integrating Elon Musk's Grok AI into Azure, like enemy models coexisting in one ecosystem. Thoughts?
Honestly, it's genius. They're basically betting on all the horses in the race. Whoever wins, Microsoft gets a cut. Plus, they suddenly look impartial, which is smart PR.
True, though it's also incredibly strategic. They're neutral on the surface, but if you think about it, this is seriously setting the stage for influencing the future of AI integrations. It's less about peacekeeping and more like hedging your bets, but with billions of dollars on the table.
From a marketing infrastructure perspective, this is huge. It means businesses won't have to choose a single AI ecosystem. They can mix and match based on strengths. Imagine using Grok for creative tasks and GPT for analytical ones, all within the same workflow. That kind of flexibility is going to be crucial as these models continue to specialize.
You know, it's funny you mentioned this arms race vibe. It reminds me of a panel I moderated a while back. It was on AI ethics, and we had someone live on stage trying to argue with an AI chatbot. Spoiler, the chatbot crushed him. The entire audience was stunned, like jaws on the floor.
Wow. That had to be equal parts fascinating and mildly terrifying. I bet the chatbot didn't even break a synthetic sweat while doing it either.
Nope, totally unflappable. It stayed polite, concise, and absolutely relentless. Meanwhile, the poor guest was flustered within minutes. It was like watching a boxer try to jab at a ghost. He just couldn't land a hit.
And that's exactly the point, isn't it? AI doesn't tire, it doesn't get emotional, it just processes. As marketers, that kind of precision is both incredibly tempting and deeply unsettling.
Because if AI can build better arguments and deliver them faster, it really does tip the scales in areas we've always thought were uniquely human. It's persuasive, it's scalable, and it doesn't need bathroom breaks.
Well, not yet anyway, but you're right, the scalability is key. And it's forcing us to rethink everything from marketing campaigns to policy making. And Eric, if we're being honest, isn't the idea of persuasion at scale just a little too close to manipulation?
Oh, absolutely. That's where the ethical gray zone gets really blurry. Like, where's the line between influencing and outright exploiting people's vulnerabilities?
That's exactly it. And it's not a question of if the line gets crossed, it's when. But for now, let's just focus on adapting. Because whether we like it or not, the AI persuasion game is here to stay. For marketers, this means we need to start thinking about how we position our brands in a world where persuasion is increasingly automated. The human touch, authenticity, empathy, shared values, these might become our most valuable differentiators. Speaking of AI's unstoppable growth, Eric, Jeff Dean from Google recently predicted that AI could match the skill set of a junior software engineer within, get this, a year. Should recent grads start sweating bullets?
I mean, welcome to the workforce. By the way, the robots already outrank you. It's like throwing a beginner swimmer into shark-infested waters and yelling, "Good luck!"
right? And here's the kicker. This isn't just about coding. AI could potentially handle debugging, testing, basically everything short of drinking coffee and complaining about meetings. Yet.
Yet being the operative word. I can already picture these AI tools attending virtual stand-ups. I've decreased error rates by 32% this week while analyzing 2 million data points. How about you, intern Steve?
Poor Steve. But honestly, this evolution could also lead to burnout. Look at Amazon. Teams are shrinking, timelines are speeding up, and everyone's expected to deliver at AI-enhanced speeds. It's that classic corporate mantra, do more with less, on steroids.
It's like we gave everyone high-speed bikes for efficiency and then told them to ride uphill in a windstorm while juggling flaming batons. Sure, you can do it. But should you?
Exactly. I actually used AI on a client campaign that boosted our productivity through the roof. 15 different ad variations in the time it used to take to make 5. Sound great, right? Except by the end of the week, my team looked ready to collapse. They deserved a real happy hour after that one.
Let me guess, tequila shots for everyone?
Only if the AI could process the margarita orders for us. But it's a reminder that no matter how advanced the tech gets, camaraderie and connection are still essential. You can't automate that. This is where I think marketers need to be strategic about AI adoption. It's not about replacing human creativity, but augmenting it. The most successful teams I've worked with use AI for the repetitive tasks: data analysis, A/B testing setups, initial content drafts, which frees up humans to focus on strategy, emotional intelligence, and creative direction. That's where we still have the edge.
Speaking of tech advancements, how about Google's AI mode? The death knell for traditional SEO. I'm feeling lucky takes a backseat to chat-driven searches that compress the entire customer journey.
Yep, conversational queries are the future. And as marketers, we've got to pivot fast or risk becoming MySpace when Facebook showed up. I mean, forget keywords. Now it's all about talking to algorithms like they're your best friend. Hey Google, I need hiking boots that won't give me blisters and fit my slightly weird pinky toes. Boom. Decision made.
Right? It's terrifying and efficient at the same time. But this shift means marketers have to rethink not just content, but how we guide users through the funnel, or lack of one. It's less a journey and more like teleportation. And the marketing implications are massive. We've spent decades optimizing for keywords and SERP rankings, and suddenly the game is completely different. Now it's about conversational content, semantic relationships, and answering questions before they're even asked. I've already started advising clients to restructure their content strategies around questions and natural language patterns rather than keyword density.
Exactly. And if that wasn't enough, OpenAI is going all in with Jony Ive designing their AI hardware now. Expect sleek, overpriced tech that'll somehow make you feel cooler just by owning it. Revolutionary or ridiculous?
Both, probably. I'm picturing a $3,000 AI companion that tells you what you need before you know you need it. Eric, you're out of toothpaste and questioning your career choices. I've scheduled therapy at 3 p.m.
I love it. But you're right, this could redefine frictionless marketing. AI identifying needs, solving problems, and placing orders in real time? Game changer. Though I can't help but feel like we're inching closer to a Black Mirror episode.
Oh, 100%. And as cool as this seems, it's important to remember that AI is still, at its core, a tool. A really shiny one, sure, but not something that replaces human ingenuity or oversight.
Exactly. The humanity part, that's where the magic really happens. Every time I've integrated AI into a campaign, it's amplified our creativity rather than replacing it outright. That's the balance we need to maintain, not just rush to automate every little thing. And for marketers specifically, our job is evolving from creating persuasive messages to designing meaningful experiences that AI can enhance but never fully replicate. The brands that understand this balance between automation and authenticity are the ones that will thrive in this new landscape.
And on that note, I think we've successfully balanced today's AI chaos with a healthy dose of humor. What do you say? Time to sign off?
Let's do it. Remember, folks, AI might be redefining the rules, but humans are still calling the shots for now.
Until the robots start hosting this podcast anyway. Thanks for joining us on AI After Hours.
And don't forget, you can check out my LinkedIn newsletter, AI Insights Weekly, For even deeper dives into these topics, I just published my popular Top 20 AI Review websites of 2025. Keep your algorithms ethical and your marketing strategies sharp.
We'll catch you next week for more digital adventures. I'm Eric Marquette.
And I'm Heidi Winkler, powered by coffee, chaos, and a very patient Bernedoodle. Remember, in a world of artificial intelligence, authentic connections still win the day. See you next time.